Alrighty, here we go. Sunday afternoon, 60-minute easy roll with the AHDR crew. 8 laps ago in Bathurst, Australia's biggest motorsport event though, so I have them on the second screen here. So my attention will be in 2 places at once. So easy 60-minute roll. I thought I'd jump in and say good day to everybody. But the pace car, oh sorry, safety car, not pace. Safety car's out, 8 laps to go. If you're in Australia, you know what I'm talking about. If you're overseas, you might see this on the news when the car flips and rolls a few times. Hope everybody is well. It's been a while since I've done a live stream on YouTube. A few issues with the encoding and things, so we'll see how this goes. New OBS and a bit of a tweaking to my settings, but nothing hard today. Just a 60-minute roll to get the legs ticking over before the week starts. What do we got? Still a safety car out in Bathurst. Okay, second screen. Oh, I love having 2 screens here. This is, you watch my heart rate go up when I get to like 2 or 3 laps to go. Alrighty. 7:54 in the morning. Yeah, okay, our time zones have changed here too. We've jumped forward an hour for daylight savings. Alright. Cool. Alright, so if only I could do the in-stream of the car race as the, oh, that would be fantastic. But we won't. If you're in Australia, flip on the supercars. Let's watch the last 8 laps or 7 laps. They're still lapping at 2 minutes 05, I think they were during the race, which is phenomenal. That's qualifying pace. It's just, actually they probably go a little faster in qualifying, but it's a brilliant watch. Alrighty, what do we got to go here? So I've got everything happening here on the one screen. We've got 4 minutes to go. Power to Max, Asiama Duos, and the Elite 2.0 trainer underneath me tonight. So a wheel-on trainer. Okay, we've got Van Ginsberg. They've all got 7 pits out of the car. Oh, it's going to take them a while to get the car off the track. Come on! Edge of the seat stuff here. And Flanders tonight! Yes! Flanders! Oh, what a day! Happy days. Lee McGinley, welcome along. Team Medical, actually I know, I used to work with one of the guys from Team Medical. They're on the screen right now. They look after all the V8 supercars, I think superbikes here in Australia. I guess boss for 10 years, I think it would have been, yeah. Boss / mentor in IT security. Mr. Lynch. Works with a few people there. Why did I sign in 4 times? I'm not sure. What? Did you get a prompt 4 times or something within the companion app? Belgium back in the lockdown. Oh god. Ahoy, Clayton. Welcome along. Welcome along, YouTube. It's been too long. It's been too long since I've live streamed on YouTube. Hopefully things go well. They're currently towing a car out of the sand pit there at Bathurst. No idea. No, I just signed in once. Not sure. Hey, if you got 4 alerts, at least you were reminded that LAMA was riding. Dual streaming to Twitch too. Hopefully, I think everything is okay. I'll go back through this stream afterwards. I'll analyze the stats. We get a ton of the data from the ingest server using restream.io, pushing out to the Sydney server and then out to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So we'll see how it goes. We should have chat activated. I've got everything happening on one screen here because Bathurst is on the other. Everything's looking good. What bike today? The one I'm on, my older TCR rim brake, the old TCR Rimmy. In game, I'll be on the Canyon Aeroad. Repack Ridge, you have 2 options on Repack Ridge. You can do the Stutitzel, which I have the Stutitzel Smart on the front here, or you can use the companion app with the accelerometers. There's 2 ways to do that. Multiple notifications when Von signs in. Wow. 7 laps to go. Safety car still out. Lockdown starts tomorrow, yeah. It's going to be a long winter in the Northern Hemisphere. I hope everything gets itself sorted. We've had some good news-ish here in Melbourne / Victoria. The 5 km radius has been lifted to 25 km radius from your home, and no time limit on exercise. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. All right. Well, I'm just watching the crash here. That's brutal. It's taking them a while to get the cars off the track. The head-to-head battle for first and second in this race that's taking place right now. Brilliant watch. Absolutely brilliant watch. It's what the sport needs. Right at the end of a long day. A good head-to-head battle. Well, welcome along. Kicking off in. Oh, I'm going to have to up the watts. Up the watts. I'm going to get dropped from the cruisy ride. Oh, I better guess. Oh, I can't give some ride-ons yet until we're... I can't do multiple ride-ons, can we, in these bunchies, unless it's enabled. 7 laps to go, Van Gisbergen and Waters. Oh, they're all lined up. Is this start lap? So these cars, if you're not across the kind of racing they do, they're sedan cars here in Australia, and it's way too loud. They're meant to represent the cars that you buy. What is it? Win on Sunday, buy on Monday. The cars that you buy and drive around. Classic Holden versus Ford. Here we go. We're underway. Oh, I'm excited. Such a good race. But everything's changed nowadays. The cars are so far different than a normal sedan. They're all pretty much just a roll cage with a car-shaped shell. Seeing them in person, those cars aren't meant to be going that quick. 300k an hour in a family car? Oof. It's on, it's on. Alrighty. Up, up, up. No, not me. I've got to tame it down here. 6 laps to go. They're lapping about 2 minutes 5, so there's not long. Oh, calm it down, me. Calm it down. So I'm going to be looking this way at my other screen. It's phenomenal what's this race at the moment. No, this is a chill ride. This is just 60 minutes chill. Chill, chill. I'll have to go back and turn chat back on though. Who's there? Oh no, get out of the way. Okay, so someone's just hit the wall. If they can park it off the course circuit. No safety. Don't bring out another safety car. No, 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 no. Oh. Okay. That's not bad. They can yellow flag that area. Hey, TV guy. Hopefully your TV is switched on to Bathurst right about now. 6 laps to go. 84. Yeah, you're gone anyway, so. This is just a chill tempo ride, just to really... But I'm locked onto Bathurst at the moment on the second screen. So no safety car. Stay there, stay there, stay there, safety car, don't come out. No! Oh, they've pulled it! Damn it! Alright, safety car's coming out. Again, 5 laps to go. Damn it, damn it, damn it! Not quite as thrilling as some of the MotoGP stuff that you see. But knowing how much effort these teams put in, and you get one shot. Bathurst is what, a one-day classic, effectively. Oh. Crunch! They're just showing the replay. Oh. family cars are designed to do. Wow. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess the location where they've just shown where it is. If someone shoots off sideways. 5 laps to go. If they can get that off the track quickly, it's going to be a pretty quick last couple of laps. Alrighty. So good turnout here for the Hump Day ride, or AHDR, it's not Hump Day obviously. Sunday barbecue chill ride. Lots of banter. Really well taken care of this ride with multiple ride leaders. Just watching the replays here of the crashes as they pull the safety out. Boom. Tim Searle there in chat. Now Tim passed, I think it was 41,000 kilometres, was it? The circumference of the Earth already this year on Zwift. Phenomenal kilometres. Safety car's out again, alrighty. Come on, safety, get out. I think one of the best races I've seen years ago was at Scaife, Lounsey. They had plastic bags getting caught in their front, in the front spoilers, causing the cars to overheat. And it was touch and go whether the cars were going to cook themselves or not. Interesting, the safety crew. One of the guys in the safety crew had a helmet cam on, recording everything that he's doing. I guess these days it's probably a wise thing. Cameras are small enough. You gotta make sure what they're doing is correct for their own safety too, I guess. Making sure they're following procedures. Alrighty. There we go. 4 laps to go. 4. Okay, so everybody have Bathurst on in the background. We're watching Bathurst whilst getting some Ks here on Zwift. And Flanders tonight. Going to be a big one. Might need a coffee after this one. Oh, Max is enjoying the race too. He's watching the cars go around. I need another fan. Max is enjoying it. I can never turn the headwind on as soon as I get on the bike. It's just too cold. That's why about 10 minutes in, always handy to crank that up. Tip for the for Flanders today? No idea. No idea. I'll have to defer that one to Lanton Rouge. We'll see what he's got to say about that. But no tips from me. Who knows? This year is upside down for everything. 4 laps to go. Okay, I'm kind of sitting in the front bunch. I might drop back a little bit to where you can see that there's a second bunch. A little bit further back there. The beacon is way back. But I'm going to get too excited watching the finish of Bathurst here. Have I raced in Wangaratta? A lot, yes. 10-minute gap. In and out of the sale yards. At the airport, we raced a crit there. Yeah, quite a bit. Tour of Wang. I was always happy to see the Tour of Wangaratta come around every year. Small club tour. Had a few good races there. One of the closest GC battles too. I think I had myself, Matt Clark, and Ashley Baines. All within, I think, 3 seconds on GC at the end. Alright. Safety car should be pulling in. I still remember the pain inflicted by Maddie Clark in a few of those races. Van Gisbergen leading. There's a lot of virtual racing. Okay. I wonder if virtual racing, this kind of thing, helps more mentally than, obviously not physically. There's no G-forces. There's no fatigue, physical fatigue like you get. But I guess for the concentration side of things, may help out. Most challenging surface to race on. Gravel, dirt. No question about it, especially on a road bike. Here we go. 4 laps to go, underway. We're green. Van Gisbergen, come on. Come on, Holden. I'm a Holden fan. Commentary's just turned up a notch. They're loving it. It's great. Alright. 2 laps to go in Bathurst. There we go. See, everyone's watching. Everyone's watching. I got 2 things to make sure I'm not off the front, make sure I'm not dropping off the Maxwell. What's up, buddy? No mistakes made, you'll get it, but family car at 300k an hour, come on. I had a VS Acclaim Series 2, that was nice. Have I been in YouTube live jail? No, Jules. Had a few technical issues with OBS and Restream. People saying the mic was cutting in and out. The bandwidth was going in and out. So I just backed off for a week or two. 2 weeks actually. I've been over on Twitch a little bit to make sure the setup is working, but I didn't want to annoy people with half quality streams or streams that started and stopped, so hopefully everything goes well. Pace Partners does take focus, doesn't it? Yeah. In theory it sounds easy, that you can just hold the same wattage, but it doesn't happen like that. Alright, 2 laps to go. Yeah, the LAMA lives have been hiding over on Twitch. Just a few workouts and things. This is my first pop-up back here for a while. Live, anyway. I'll do more once we can get a Gplama club. And I can schedule events for club members. We might be able to get workouts, rides, things scheduled that people can join themselves rather than have to send out invites and make it all manual. That way people in the club can know what's coming up, can join in. Hey, Kenya, how are you doing? Hey, Maxi, you watching the races? Yeah? Nearly finished, 2 laps to go. Oh, brilliant race. 2 to go. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps just watching the other screen here. This is good. Come on. The Zwift GPS, the third-party edition. I saw Zwift GPS years and years and years ago, but those things broke pretty hard when they clamped down the API. Look at that Holden go. That's out of there. Daylight. $300 k's an hour in the family car. Alright, 2 to go, then we'll focus on some Zwift stuff. Come on. Hey Maxie. Hey buddy. Final lap. Come on. All or nothing. I'm commentating on Bathurst, the car race, so if anyone's confused about what I'm talking about here, it'll be over in just a few moments. They're doing 205s. 205s during the race is phenomenal. But the consistency of the lap times too. Unbelievable. Percentage wise, they're within, what, less than 1% out every single lap. Phenomenal. Alright. I don't think we'll see any change of the position here. Everyone's strung out nicely. There we go. Down the straight, 300 k's an hour again. Let's do it. Ready, Maxie? Gonna finish? Gonna finish? Max is next to me. Come on. Those safety cars kind of stuffed the end up a little bit, but that's still a good drive. They were really close there in the end. Turns it in one more time. This is it. Good stuff. That's it. Now it's time for the burnouts. There we go. That didn't take long, did it? Time for the burnouts. Go Holden. Good stuff. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Neil Crompton's going off in the commentary. He's excited. Brilliant. 40s for the win. Look at that. The TV does not do the course justice. Those in the lap in the car for sure. So Lee, I think the gradient on that course, is it 17%? Ah, good stuff. Yeah, so what we get, the angle with the cameras, it's obviously just looking straight down the road. It's not giving you the true perspective. But the people who've ridden around that sure know what it's all about. Look out, we have the Mave in the bunch. Let's drop back and find the Mave. I might be a bit too far back. Alright, the burnouts are taking place now. Hey, welcome along everybody on YouTube. It's been about 2 or so weeks since I've gone live here. If you saw the last couple of lives on YouTube, I was using OBS, which was a release candidate. It should have been fine, but it was really buggy. I've gone out and got a new USB powered hub. Changed a few of the settings. OBS, which is the software that I use, has been Bug fixed 2 more revisions. 2602, I think, we're on. So things look okay. Oh, epic burnouts. We don't need those tyres now. That's exactly like how the Buffalo bike was going up the volcano the other day. Just a bit drifty sideways. Good stuff. I've got the sterzo on, but I'm not... There's no steering. I've got the Maeve on the tail. Here he comes. Come on, Maeve. I'll get this volume down a bit. 15% gradient, yeah. That's brutal. So, that's radio tower on Zwift, isn't it? 15% plus. Here we go. Holden flag out the window. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff. Aussies love their Holdens. Zone 1 rollout, yeah, this is just a chill ride. 39 minutes to go now. Time flew. Yeah, just 60 minutes. I think it's advertised between, is it 1.5 to 2.2 watts a kilo ride, this one? I just needed something to get on the bike and get the legs ticking over. Another excuse to jump on, have a chat to everyone, and make sure the stream setup that I'm using now is A-OK, and I think it's okay. All indications my end is it's good. And the watts you're seeing on the screen don't match the watts on the power meter, so that's something I'm working on as well. I didn't do a spin down. Either way, it's a workout. We are good, we are good. The final Holden factory enrollment for the race. Alrighty. Yeah, sure. Alrighty, Von's asked to use the microwave. We shall see what that does to the... I'll have a Bluetooth, that should be okay. Typically the microwave kills the ant signal. We'll see how that goes. Very chill ride. You can see there, we're in the grey. Here comes the bunch. Getting friendly with Langridge. There we go. We are back and we are bunched. Alright. Good evening or good night, California. Hope things are well. Hope the voting lines aren't too long. Or you've got that sorted already. I'm getting called out in chat, I can't hide. Whew. Pace buttons for group rides? Yeah, sure. Because they can just start at any time. You can drop in and bang, there you are. They're not easy to stay with because they are a set wattage both up and down hills, but they're something, they're a feature. That's cool, I like that. I'm not sure on the jersey unlock for AHDR, that's one for the group. I'm going to ping that one over to the AHDR group. I'm not sure if it's any AHDR ride or it's the Wednesday ride. I unlocked this one. A long time ago. You're the Twisted Fire starter. I assume that's a Prodigy reference. Any of the AHDRs are here, cool. Look, any of the higher wattage or watts per kilo bots are going to be hard if you drop into those guys cold. It'd be nice to be able to drop in a kilometre ahead or 2k ahead or something. Maybe even if you know the course they're on, it'd be nice to be able to follow them on the companion app to see where they are or something. So maybe you roll out from the default start point and rendezvous. Oof. Here's what I'd like. The ability on Strava to replace power from one activity over the GPS of another. I'm talking edge case here, no one else really needs to do that. But I'm being robbed a few watts here. Makes it a bit more of a challenge too for an easy ride. There we go, the boys are on the roof of the car. Ampole. Wow. There's a brand name we haven't seen for many years in Australia. Kimberly, welcome along. The best way to use Zwift just starting out, just ride. It's as easy as that. You don't have to worry about group rides or anything like that if you don't want to. Zwift can be a solo expedition whenever you want. There's no failing. If you join any of the bunch rides, you can drop off the back. It doesn't matter. There's no entry fee for any of the rides. So just jump on and ride. Find out what you like, whether you like the flats or the hills or London or New York or whatever's on rotation. I think the best thing to do is going back to finding a bunch that is welcoming, and there's quite a few of those. AHDR, always been a good bunch. Been around since Zwift was a baby. So yeah, just try a few different things. And as I said, you can't fail. Even if you try a workout and it really sucks, press the tab key or swipe just to go through it all. Nothing lost. Tab out of that and just enjoy the ride. Remembering down arrow on the keyboard will do a U-turn, or in the companion app. It's not... Is there no U-turn? Anyway, there's a U-turn somewhere in the companion app normally. You can hit, but on the companion app you have to press and hold the U-turn so you don't accidentally press it and turn around. Tons and tons of group rides to try out. AHDR ladies, absolutely. And one thing that you'll find with the Zwift community in the Facebook groups, that if you ever have a technical issue or you're not quite sure, just ask politely, put down what's happening, and someone will always be there with a suggestion how to fix it. Because I can guarantee if you come up against any problems, it's the same for anything technically pretty much. online that somebody else has already had that problem, or 10 people have had that problem. Yeah, I thought U-turn was always there. I'm not going to press down key on the arrow, or down arrow. But you're right, I'm in an event, so I might just hold that. There we go, disable on group rides. Even I'm still learning. Or they changed that and didn't put it in the changelog or something. Not uncommon. Alright, anybody catch my video on USB cables yesterday? I was a bit unsure of doing even a video on that. It's a USB cable. It doesn't really matter. Vaughn was adamant I've got to do that. I'm not going to press A, I know exactly what that does. Vaughn was saying, yeah, absolutely. People need to know there are 2 types of micro USB cable. And it's so frustrating. I'm like, oh, really? I should have put a bet. The views are doing well. I'm glad that video is out there. At least it's a resource where people know. Because what would happen if you pick the wrong cable up, try and plug your Garmin in, doesn't work. You're like, what am I doing wrong? Nothing. You've grabbed the charge cable only. I don't know why there are 2 types of cables. My best guess is it saves manufacturing, and they're usually for devices that are, say, oh, it's behind me here, a battery pack that charge over micro USB, but don't ever need to send data. So if the company is manufacturing the power pack or the power brick, and also the small charge cable for it, not including 2 wires on 100,000 units, might save them a few $100s, maybe a few thousand. It causes many thousands of dollars of frustration though. But yeah, but you'd think, wouldn't you, that I guess that's just the way things are. What is it, the minimum viable product, or whatever they call it, MVP, is it? Provide people with the least that they'll pay the most for. If I ever sell USB cables, which is highly unlikely they'll get into the USB cable market, they'll have 4 wires. Or maybe none at all will go wireless. I could have spoken for a lot longer about cables, but I need to get the video short. And the hot tip I would have added was, if you use the cable that comes with your device, you're good. Garmin devices come with the data cable. But after having about 50 or 60 micro USB devices, you're never going to keep 50 or 60 cables and label them. Hopefully it'll be a thing of the past as USB-C takes hold, but you never know. You never know what tricks the manufacturers can pull. What else is on the go? Power to Max NGco, still on the bike. Still looking 1 for 1 for the Asiomas, so I'm happy with that. And it's staying on the bike. It's now mine to use as a reference point. So that's all good. I'm that happy with it that I've kept it. So, and the same goes for any brand. If it works well, proves itself, it goes into the collection of Gplama owned equipment that I can use to test other things against. The in-peak single-sided power meter is one of those too. Really good numbers out of that thing. Took them a while to get there, but we got there with the firmware. It's been rock solid ever since. Oh no! Fun boat dinner. That's alright, Von. Can you save some of it? I bought a half kilo chicken schnitzel. crumb chicken. Hopefully one can save half of it. Whew. Can we drop? Yes. We can drop a pound. So let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what your next ride's going to be. Is everyone still chasing badges on Zwift, or are you doing Zwift Academy? Are you doing the WRTL, WTRL teams racing? Let me know. More sauce you won't notice, mate. I put so much sauce on things, it's no longer food. I've dropped off a bit on my badge hunting. 2 guesses why. It's only the long ones I've got left to go. That's one reason. Secondly, it's really nice weather outside. So me and the magpies have been dancing. Thanks, Jesper. Thanks for dropping by. Enjoy your day, mate. Chicken parma. Don't talk food, you'll get me hungry. Chicken parm with chibis. And pineapple. Chat, pineapple on parma or not? That's a yes. That's a yes for pineapple on parma. And lots of cheese. My Zwift setup, Gareth. All of the setups is the answer. This one in particular that I'm using today, HP Omen PC, Windows 10, NVIDIA RTX 2060 GPU, running everything over Bluetooth. That's the machine that I'm running. The Zwift setup underneath me here, giant TCR bike, DLA2, more power meters than I need. The trainer I'm on now is the Elite 2.0 wheel-on trainer. I have this Statso steering device on the front, but it's not enabled for this event. Desk in front of me, kick a desk with a kicker headwind on the other side. Small Vornado off to the side to keep the fan noise down a little. Not that it matters with my filters that I've got on, but it's just how I've done it. But feel free to shoot any questions about other setups or questions about my setup. I could talk about this stuff all day long. I breathe in and dream in this stuff. Literally, I kind of do. I'm up at all hours. Hey Tony, good to hear about Melbourne, mate. 25k should get you a lot more options to get some Ks in. Yes, pools are open too, with restrictions I see. Litchfield, UK, welcome along. Give me a weather report from the UK. Tell me it's sunny, please. Paul, you're up at Hotham today. Tell us about that, Paul. Did you ride? Let us know. Always a great climb from Harrietville. Let us know which side if you rode it today, or if you're up there sightseeing. Lovely place, many, many memories. Good and bad on the side of that hill. Hey Alex, fire away with your trick on the Apple TV 4K. I'm all ears. All ears. A lot of my Zwift tips come from the community for things I don't know about. And I look at it and go, ah, that's neat. And I like to share those out if I can. The previous Apple TV remote works fine with a 4K. Okay. So I have two Apple TVs. I have the Gen 4 and Gen 5 because to make things confusing, the Apple TV 4K is Gen 5. And they both have very similar remotes. So the previous generation, you mean the Gen 3? I'll have a look in Officeworks. Ben, good to hear. Get off that sofa. See, there's nothing wrong with being on a sofa, but if you can earn your sofa time, even if it's just on the bike for 20 minutes, get some overs and unders done. 20 minutes is enough to cook your legs, maybe half an hour, and then you can enjoy the sofa so much more. Andy, regarding Zwift Academy, yeah, I've seen the feedback in the Zwift Riders forum on Facebook, where I think a lot of people are saying it's a series of tests. And I can understand why Zwift Academy would be a series of tests when they're trying to find the next talent. But I think without looking closely at exactly what those events are about, it should be all-inclusive. It should be one of everything. A bit like an ice cream store, just one of everything. And then at the end, probably in the later weeks, in the later sessions, then start doing the testing to identify the riders that are going to rise to the top. But I'm not involved in the Zwift Academy, so I haven't looked at the programs or anything. My schedule's way too random. Troy has completed it. Nice one. Giro and Flanders. It's all about the sofa for sure. Alrighty, Norman from Austria. Yes, if you're missing the erg mode button, it's likely you haven't got the bike paired as a controllable trainer. So within Zwift, you need to pair the kicker bike as a power source, top left, cadence, bottom middle, that makes sense. Over there on the right, controllable. The kicker bike needs to be selected for that. And then once that's there, you can drop into to workout mode. E on the keyboard if you're on Windows, and then you're good to go. You can turn erg on and off within a workout, but you can't turn erg on in a normal ride. Erg work mode is only for workouts, but you can go back to what's called incline or level mode. Bright Hotham return, 1 degree at the top, mate. That's Silver Bright Stage 3 right there. Tell you what, some of the best days I've had is that exact ride. The tailwind from Harrietville back into Bright. Superb. Those little pinches at the end, rolling into town. Some of the worst days I've had is a headwind all the way back. But swings and roundabouts, a headwind back means you've had a tailwind most of the way up the climb, except the top, where it loops back around. But good job in getting that done. I think you'll agree, the worst road sign you would have encountered today, just out of Harrietville, you come around the left-hand corner, you're on that 8 or 9 percenter, and that road sign says 30k to go. And you're like, oh, Jesus, it's gonna be a long day. Pura Styles on the SB20, nice one. I'm still working on my part 3 of the SB20. A quick few comments on that though. It's a bike that I can do. It's just over here. Max loves the SB20. It's a bike I can jump on and ride and do whatever I need to on it. So they've nailed that. Stages knows how to build hardware. They've been building spin bikes for years and years and years and shipping them. It's their first interactive bike with erg mode, sim mode and the like. I'd love to see the levers be more Di2, only because that's a me thing, because I'm all Di2. But if you're coming from spin to that bike, it's a whole new world. Where I come from, which is all the smart trainers and all the smart bikes, onto that bike, it's a good ride. Probably a bit too smooth, but that's could be seen as a good thing, nice and smooth. The gear changes I'm talking about. Whoa, check that bunch. Woof. Huge. I have the additional satellite shifters for the SB20. They're cool. Because on the DI2 bikes I had a little climbing shifter that makes me lazy. I can just change gears. Oh, you can't see it, but I'm just changing gears with my thumb now. I've got the exact setup on the SB20. So to have things I set up identically to my road bike is good. How often do I ride out of the saddle? Not a lot for a cruisy ride like this, no, not a lot. Short, sharp hills. Yep. Smurfy, this is only an easy ride. It's just a chill ride. Last post. If anybody has IQ squared double-sided pedals, no. No, I'm trying to contact IQ Square again. I haven't had a reply. That's not an unfamiliar story though. But I'll keep chipping away. I've got a stack of other power meters here to go through. I'm not losing sleep over IQ squared. I don't think even any backers should lose sleep over IQ squared. If you've invested and lost money, it is what it is. And there's no use waiting around though, hoping they'll come along anytime soon. If they do, that's fantastic, that's great. But what my video covered was, were they able to deliver a power meter that does what it says? And they had, whether that's a once-off, whether it's a handmade, whether that's whatever. That one single question is what I answered. As for investing, I'd say no. I wouldn't risk it. Pre-order, don't do it. Wait for them to prove themselves, and then go. Where am I hiding the snags? The big Mingus. Bunnings. Bunnings is where the snags are. Onion on top. What supplements do I normally have indoors? Wouldn't call them supplements. Water, bit of sugar mix. We have it's called Staminade here in Australia. I'm not sure if it's worldwide. Bit like Gatorade mix, just a bit of sugar, bit of carbs. That's about it for the supplements indoors. And banana. Doesn't work too well on the green screen. And other just little snacks. Why do I never ride the Tax or the Wahoo Smart Bike? Because I got too many things to go through. The Wahoo bike, Thicker bike is doing very well. That's in heavy rotation for my wife. She's always on it. So nothing to report there. The Tax Smart Bike, it's in the naughty corner for now. Not through any fault of its own. I was waiting for Tax to refine the brake levers. They just simply don't work. Let's just call it that now. They don't work. You can pull them in super tight, but it's nothing like on a bike. And the seat post and the seat collar. There was mention that they were going to refine those. So I've been holding out to see if they did that. They haven't. So this side of Christmas, I'll loop back onto the Tax bike and give my final verdict on that one. But there's your answer on those ones. I have 4 other trainers I'm yet to unbox. So there's a lot stacked up here in the LAMA lab to get through. Whew. Well, we're closing the gap for the next bunch. Lovely. Indeed. Bathurst is over. Right over in 11 minutes now. I'll stop this on the hour of this ride. We are done. Little Maxie's bath time. But if you have any other questions, fire away. Love the questions, guys. I really do. Nothing scripted. No dialogue for me to reshoot and reshoot and reshoot. I hope my other videos come out well. Looking like I'm all natural and talking. There's a few reshoots. And those when I stumble my words and stuff up. Doesn't get any easier talking to yourself in front of a camera. And thanks, Kev. I haven't done any live streams lately, but it looks like this one's working really, really well, so we might start back up a few of these at all hours of the day. Alright, 10 minutes to go. We've got this. Finally onto the AXO power meter this week. The NGCO, thumbs up, tick, done, cool, happy with that one. The Sugi, or Suji, or I will refer to it as the AXO power meter. That's the model out of China. It is physically identical to the NGCO. 4-bolt, rotor compatible. I'll put on some Durace chain rings and we'll do all the same testing on that power meter. It comes in at $320 US. So we'll see how that performs as a budget spider power meter. It's been a long time coming, me testing that brand. I bricked the last one. I was ready to go with a video. I tried to revert a firmware like 6 or 7 revisions back to show how far it's come or the difference between, and I broke it. Old Slow, welcome along. Hando, yeah, the brake levers, not that the brakes are implemented on any indoor software that I'm aware of, but if you pull them really tight, it will stop the flywheel. Lazarus, hey, no problems. If you need to repost a question, if I've missed it, that's no problems at all, mate. No, and anybody else, if I've missed your question or you think I've ignored it, drop back in there. There's a stream of things I'm doing here, so I may miss it. That's not a problem at all. Trainers are all sold out. The Dorado XR seems to be the only one available. I'm looking for a, you mean a kicker core? Look, Dorado XR and kicker core. It's going to be a line ball for that one. I can't give ride-ons in a group ride. There's no... Oh. Here, how's one? Have one, D. Kim. There we go. I need the auto drop button. I get called on that all the time. Usually I hide the ride-ons given if I'm not like touching my phone or giving ride-ons. For that exact reason. Once we break out of the ride mode here, I can drop a few. The group ride mode. But yeah, the thoughts on the Dorado XR versus Kicker Core. XR, you're going to have a cassette. Just works straight out of the box. Kicker Core, you'll need to put the legs on and a cassette. Both give you power, controllable, and cadence. Kind of a line ball. Both require a spin down every now and then, not every ride. They're direct drive, so they don't drift a lot. I guess whatever's available. As always, purchase locally if you can. Smart trainers are heavy things. Smart trainers sometimes break, sometimes. So if you ever need to return it or have a mechanic look at it and you've purchased locally, it's much easier to walk into a store that you purchase it from and get that done. If you know the store well, get them to throw in some chamois cream or do a deal on a floor mat at the same time. Or maybe if you're going to kick a core, get them to throw in a cassette or give you a good deal on the cassette. Little things like that go a long way for local business. Six minutes. Let's go. Ooh. Elite Suto, yes, another one that comes just out of the box and works. Native throw axle. I should have mentioned the Dorado XR and Kicker Core, both native throw axle. Come with all the adapters you need for a quick release. 142 by 12. Not sure about boost on the XR though. That's if you have a mountain bike or something with a wide rear drops. 148. Whew. I'm going to look at a service where you can change power from one device, the GPS data from another. You have one power meter that's off, and you're uploading the one that's really low. It can be disheartening. Or mess with your TSS if that's what you're tracking. Five minutes, let's do it, come on. So Zwift season's only just kicking off. We had an artificial Zwift season, what I would call it, with Corona ripping through the world. March 18th is the day where everything went for indoor cycling across all platforms. And usually it's a quiet time. I'm interested to see how things go for the real indoor season, which is just kicking off now in the Northern Hemisphere. We've seen over 10,000 people online at once, a couple of times already. I don't think we'll get to 30,000 online though. Not unless it's a double hit of more restrictions and trainer season. We'll see. How does my ride-on counters work? It's a PowerShell script on Windows 10 that's sniffing the log.txt and then doing a tally of that. I had a really crude basic one initially, and then Rasher came along and did a better one, and then someone forked that and made an extended one. So if you need to find out where that is, ping me on any of my videos, even the comments later on this video I'll see. The comments in live chat I won't. I can link you through to where this is over on GitHub. But what you do is you run the script, it puts that data into a file, and then OBS just reads that into a little live chat text file. Jesper, thanks for the kind words, mate. I do really appreciate it. That's exactly why I do the videos that I do. I could be ripping through twice as many or 4 times as many trainers or power meters if I didn't have to stop and film everything. But I take the time to cover what I do in videos. So yeah, for exactly that, you can have a look. Be more informed when you're looking at buying something, and you can go from there. But you're addicted to Zwift. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thanks, Chris, too. Just above Jasper there. Alrighty, Corona hitting hard in Europe. Yeah, I've seen the numbers. I look at world meter quite often. The Big Mingus, is a heart rate monitor an important addition? Not really. But it is an addition you should have. Your heart rate monitor will tell you how you're responding to what you're doing, but it won't tell you what you're doing. A power meter measures the work that you are doing, what you're putting in. So that's the ultimate power. So how much work you're doing. A heart rate monitor tells you how you're responding to that work. So it's second in line. A lot of people have trained with just heart rate monitors. I have for years and years, before I got into power. They work well, but as long as you understand that, and your heart rate can be affected by many factors. Caffeine, sleep, hydration, tons and tons of factors. It's the same with power. Power is power. A great example of power, when my wife first got her power meter, she came out for a ride with us and was dropped off the back a few times of the ride And we're smashing up hills and sitting at the top waiting for everyone to come along. And she got home a bit disappointed with the ride. So, I kept getting dropped, not feeling that great. I was going really hard, but had a horrible ride. She pulled up all the data in Training Peaks. And obviously the heart rate was high, as it has been. Everyone can have a high heart rate. She hit a number of power PVs along the way, I think for 2 minutes and 5 minutes. She was stoked. Didn't matter. She was being dropped. It turned into the best ride she had in years. She could quantify the work. That's the difference between a power meter and a heart rate monitor. Alrighty, here we go. 24 seconds. I still use both. I still use both often. I'll ride without a heart rate monitor. Rarely will I ride without a power meter though. Alrighty. 7 seconds away. We'll drop some ride-ons. And we are done. There we go. Ride-ons. Wait for my little circle to fill up. If you're not familiar with this, in some group rides, but in free rides, if you hit the circle there, you'll drop ride-ons all the way around. There we go. And my ride-ons given should be counting up now. And we are good. I'll roll through to 40Ks to get this done. I said 60 minutes, but the Zwift effect. We can give some ride-ons too. Woo. Will there be a big Zwift update soon? No, I don't think so. No. Kira, what we saw with Eric Min last year on the interview is he was saying we had a few features ready to go, but we didn't want to roll them out during peak season. And then COVID happened, and then it was peak season again, and then they've delayed, and then the UI, I don't expect it at all. I don't expect anything this side of 6 months. I really don't. Hopefully clubs will come along, but we're going back up into peak Zwift season again, which is the same excuse they used last time for not releasing new things. I can understand from a business perspective, but there's expectations set there, so it hasn't been delivered on. So, as I've said before, though, it's interesting watching the community feedback, the community commentary around Zwift. You can't argue that right now, as in the position it's in right now, the condition that the platform is in, it's the most complete and full experience it's ever been. Because they keep adding things to it. Sure, there's a few bugs here and there that they'll fix, but it's never been in a better position. It's never been like what it has now. But that's not good enough for people, especially when they've set expectations further down the road than what they've delivered on. That's my level, though. I don't get into many arguments nowadays about, oh, where's my new UI, or I wish they did this. I'll raise a support ticket if I think something should be fixed. I'll put it over in the forums. It'll get ignored. Yes, even my stuff gets ignored. Best I can do. Giant Cyclo Smart. No. I believe that's just to cut down Brighton. So no, not unless Giant do something really interesting with the Cyclo Smart head unit. Won't be covering that one. Though Brighton have got some interesting stuff out that I haven't got a hold of. Your first trainer, I'm just going back through some comments here that I may have missed. Kick of 5, do you need to do a spin down? Also, do you need to adjust the trainer difficulty setting in Zwift? Has 1664. Ideally, jump on your kick of 5, ride for 10 minutes or so. Use the little icon in the main menu there on Zwift. The Zwift spin down in-game should work fine over Ant Plus and Bluetooth. Do the spin down, you should be good for weeks or months for that. Actually, it should be good forever because it's a kick of 5, isn't it? So it'll have auto calibration. Yeah, you should be good. Trainer difficulty setting on that, it'll be 50% by default on Zwift. Drag it over to 100 if you hate life. Drag it back a little bit. That's all good. What else have I missed? New to riding, you've got a kicker snap in the UK. Fantastic, Nick. Any advice with the kicker snap? Make sure your tyre is clean on the kicker snap. Outdoor tyres can get dirty. A dirty tyre has grit, and grit between your wheel or your tyre and the roller. If that pits the roller and really roughs it up, you'll start chewing through tyres. So just make sure your tyre's clean every time you your bike from outside on the snap on the indoors. Pump it up to 105 105 psi. If it's at 80, it might be a bit sluggish. Assuming it's a 25 or a 23 mil tire. And a snap. Ideally, you'll need to do a spin down after every 10 minutes. If you have a power meter on the bike, no need. But the snap's a good unit. Been around for a few years now, quite mature in its firmware and everything. Haven't seen many updates for that. Hey, hey. We can drop some items. Hey, hey, on the keyboard. They got the TV programming slightly wrong on the ZA run. Hopefully, if someone hasn't pulled them up on that in the forums, definitely just throw over a ticket in support forums on that one. Early access to Karoo 2, yes, I have seen that unit. Very early access to the Karoo 2. It's now returned. It was early. Or if you put a skateboard grip on the roller of an old wheel trainer, that will chew tires like a savage dog through dog food. I was going to say a pack of kittens, but that's a bit nasty. Dog food. It was a bad idea. So is a savage dog with a pack of kittens. 40.1. All right, let's roll this one down. We'll drop this featherweight and we'll get it done. All right, everybody. There's my bot, Vince. What are you up to, mate? I have one single chat window across all the platforms, so it's picked you up on something. I've locked the chat bot down pretty tight because someone came in once and just went primary school on me, like just junk. And I had to take time out of the ride that I was doing to try and administer, because I do everything myself. It's all me. It's all me. So, yeah, I put the bot on pretty tight for, I guess, even all caps. Almost done with the SB20 review, yes. It's not going to be within the next 2 weeks though, but if you have any questions on the SB20, fire away. Either on the previous content I've already done, or in the chat. Alright, 41, that's 41 case. 41 case. It's a Zwift effect, it just keeps going and going. Okay, 141 in chat. Watch out for some gravel bike content soon. I may have a gravel bike coming in my direction. So I've been searching quietly in the background for a gravel bike setup so I can tow Max around in the trailer this coming summer. And I think I've got something lined up. So we'll see. Something on screen now reminded me of it. And it's not those hideous black shoes and socks combo. Dude, what are you thinking? Rollers? Oh, rollers, much of a muchness. Really? Yeah, the tax rollers, there's elite rollers, basic roll, depending on what you want. Interactive rollers can be... Well, interactive rollers are difficult. If you've got a power meter on the bike, you're good. Interactive rollers, trying to measure power, though, is an absolute nightmare. Yeah. 3 AM, Kimberly, enjoy your sleep. The rollers, you should be able to pick a setup second hand. Just put a wanted ad on a local cycling group. I'm sure there's a lot of old school riders out there with rollers, if that's what you're after. For me, rollers indoors, all about leg speed, recovery days, nothing about sprinting or out of the saddle work. You're just not going to have the same technique. I could never get the same technique on a set of rollers that I needed to indoors. That covers everything. Just as you can't practice a full-on sprint on a static trainer. Like, it's all about bike throw and gear and position and roll and surface and gear. The whole lot. But you can get strong indoors though for sprinting. Alright, I think we'll call it a night there. 41.5. I'm tempted to do 42, but I'll just keep going and going and going. As I said, I can talk about this stuff all day and all night long. So we're going to hit stop on all these, so any pedal stroke now is wasted, because it's not recorded. It's not going to go on Strava. Done, done, and done. Everyone's tip for Flanders tonight? Anybody? I haven't even looked at the start list. I know it's fully stacked though. I think Lantern Rouge was putting out that it's going to be a phenomenal race. Anybody's tip? I'll cheer for you when that person wins. Done, done, done. Everything going to Garmin Connect. Whap, whap, whap. No, that's a Nicki Minaj song, which is entirely different than what Jesus would be promoting, I'm sure. I should do a 24-hour stream, mate. I could do 25-hour streams in a day. I could talk so much crap about this stuff. Good crap, that is. All right, we'll leave it there. Thanks, everyone, for dropping by on that one. Sunday afternoon, what have we got? 41.6. Happy days. We've got some data collected. I've earned that couch time or the sofa time. So, Vanderpoel, is it? All right. On the case. It's bath time. Not for me, for little LAMA. All right, we'll see you next time, everyone. Thanks for watching. Cheers.